nice combination of some Nordic produce and some French wines, some French cheeses. I really enjoyed it. It's of course also perhaps a challenge to speak about Swedish food culture. It's always in a comparison to the French. In all our market research that we do on in different countries, when we try to ask foreign tourists, prospective tourists, and people that have been to visit Sweden, of course the traditional European food countries come out in top in almost all aspects. We have been touching upon a lot of different topics here today related to climate change and food and sustainability. And when we ask people how they perceive Sweden in relation to food, it's almost the same as in many other areas. It has to do with innovation, it has to do with sustainability, and there's one category that Sweden actually tops in, at least in our market research. It's I'm not saying it's the truth, but this is how our research tells it, and it's in the field of healthy food and drinks. That is the one category that Sweden is in number one in the world in our research. And I think that's quite interesting because it also relates to sustainability. It's so hard to put the finger on or even to communicate sustainability today in the field of food. There's a lot of we don't talk about it that much when we speak to the prospective tourists, but in a way it all influences, and we can see a big change also for the last 5 or perhaps more years, that this is coming up. The picture of food in Sweden is much more afflicted by the sustainability and in that way also to climate change, of course. We've also been touching upon the borders and nations and different food cultures and the aspect of history, and all that is different kinds of stories and that we try to tell when we speak about the Swedish food. And there's a lot of influence, of course, from the Nordic Chef Manifesto also. It's all these, and also relating back to the development of the kitchen philosophies over the years. The seasonality or the local produce, for example, that is part of the climate discussion. That is also, we can see the traces from that for a long time ago in different countries, of course. I will just end on a positive note, that's saying that it's the climate change in relation to food has also at least had something positive with it. And that is, for example, that we can now grow some pretty nice wine in Sweden. It's not a big comfort in relation to all the trouble that we see, but it is something that it's a sign of the changes that we can see, and we can taste the wine and think how to solve all the other problems that food and travel are causing right now. So thank you for inviting me, and we enjoyed the lunch.
Thank you, Jens. Needs to be mentioned that the website for Visit Sweden Food and Drink won a Best in the World category in the Gourmand Awards in May 2018. So again, an applaud to you and your work.
Thank you.